girls for pictures of themselves, neck down, but she had no shame in saying it, like, oh, I'm sending it to this guy I'm talking to. You know, they're thinking, like, you're just openly asking me to give you a new picture of myself to send to some random person to catfish them.
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do when they see you?
Not long before I met her, she lost a lot of weight. She had a gastric sleeve done. She would say things about how her skin looked and how she wished that she could just take it off, you know, but then would get ready and was so confident. You could not destroy her confidence.
I worked for Taylor 2018 to 2019. At the time, I was the recruiting coordinator there. She seemed like a good worker. She seemed like she was on top of it. She was eager to learn. To be honest, I was going through a very hard time. I just lost my youngest daughter in February of 18.
Oh.
So I was doing good to get up and
Go to work. Yes, I
And I
know.
would have a hard day.
I know I gotta stop
You know,
twisting.
Taylor
I know
would
I gotta
talk about
stop
how she had lost
twisting.
her
I
baby
know I gotta
girl,
stop
too, you know,
twisting.
that
I
was
get
going
it.
to
Yes,
bring
you
damage.
are right, ma'am.
And so she really
You're very
knew
much
that
right.
it
I gotta
was
stop
to
twisting.
hold.
You were right.
You know, you're mom, baby. And so for another mom to feel that, or another person, because you don't know how that feels until you experience it, it's beyond devastating. And that's what would make me feel like she understood and vice versa. But of course that wasn't true.
She mimicked people in all facets of life. I feel like she tried to mimic a lot of what I went through too.
Yeah.
It's almost like she has to piece together parts of other people's real lives to make her feel a little bit more real.
You know, you said you gave birth to a baby that had brain damage that you held while dying. I just lost my youngest daughter in February of 18. So I was doing good to get up and go to work. When I would have a hard day, you know, Taylor would talk about how she had lost her baby girl too, you know, that was born with brain damage. And so she really knew what it was like to hold, you know, your child while baby. And so for another mom to feel that, or another person, because you don't know how that feels until you experience it, it's beyond devastating. And that's what would make me feel like she understood and vice versa. But of course that wasn't true.
It wasn't true. It wasn't. It wasn't.
She mimicked people in all facets of life. I feel like she tried to mimic a lot of what I went through too. It's almost like she has to piece together parts of other people's real lives to make hers feel a little bit more real.
You know, you said you gave birth to a baby that had brain damage that you held while dying, like I did my daughter, and that was a lie. That was my daughter's story. That wasn't for her to use to manipulate and lie, and it feels very
Violating.
Later, again, only to find out that she actually was not doing any of her job, really.
She wasn't.
Not scheduling appointments, really, not inputting applications. She was using my job title on her emails, unbeknownst to our boss. And that's when she was fired. At the same time, Taylor started...
How are you guys doing tonight? How are you guys doing?
She would do it on the weekends, weddings, engagement announcements, family portraits, happy moments, like family-oriented, but happy, big, life-altering life events. It's like she wanted to somehow be a part of.
My daughter, Reagan, had a photographer at her wedding. I asked how she came about and what she had done before, and she said one of her friends had recommended her, and she was trying to stay budget friendly. So this person was ideal for that. Her name was Taylor Parker. Very polite young lady, you know, real pretty. She was a lot like Reagan to me.
Okay. That's
The
good.
moments
How are you guys
she
doing?
talks
How
about
original
Brady and the
sin or
wedding
skin?
were absolutely beautiful.
I was trying to say your name the
Taylor
right way.
made
I'm sorry.
sure
I
she
am
greeted
so
everybody and
sorry.
told everyone who she was. and
Oh,
what she was
original skin.
doing
How are you
there,
doing, beautiful?
and
Thank you for liking the
it didn't
live.
feel like she was just some random stranger none of us had ever met. Almost
You know you gotta
she
sleep on your
surprised
bed
me
tonight.
at one point, because she was in all of our selfies.
She gotta sleep on her bed tonight. She's sleeping in my bed tonight, but she gotta sleep on her
She
bed
was
tonight.
going through some difficulties with her ex-husband, I believe is what she said. She was just kind of having a hard time, and Reagan was trying to include her to kind of take her mind off of that. So they had gotten closer, more acquainted throughout this process.
That's
And
sweet.
so Reagan invited her to hang out with everybody after the reception.
Okay,
She
that's
made
sweet.
her feel like just one of us girls. Now, I still look at all of those photos today because of how spectacular that day was. And Taylor, as a person, you would have never known her to be any other way.
That's true. Original skin, how are you doing, beautiful? Hi, Mia Perez. I don't know about that just yet. Don't know about that just yet.
She would go to a doctor appointment, but I could never go in with her because of COVID at the time. When I did try to go, she said the doctor had an emergency or he couldn't meet us. We had to reschedule.
She started to look pregnant. She gained weight, but the belly thing didn't seem to, really.
Well, you need a break then. Shit, if you've been working for 24 hours, you've been running errands and working and doing this and doing that, baby, you need a break. You need someone to rub your feet while someone rub your back, while someone feeds you grapes, while someone also plays the music you want to listen to, while someone else fixes you a big ass
She
feast.
don't know where I was at. She's still right here.
That's what you need.
And all of a sudden, the baby kicked.
Oh, okay. Now you
I
settle
felt
down.
it.
Okay.
My husband felt it. Why would you not believe it?
Taylor had them two in her back pocket. Roger, he went hard on them, like, man, you want to step up, you want to take care of this woman and this baby, because it's yours. My wife felt the baby moving in your wife's belly. I would see a picture of her or something.
That's understandable.
Stepped up. Look, she's skinny this day. Look here, 5 days ago, she looked like she got damn 9 months pregnant, It was just some crazy jacked up joke, for sure, no doubt.
It was a lot.
During that summer,
It was a lot for
time
him.
together was very limited. She never hardly wanted ever me to see her naked or anything because she said she was insecure with her stretch marks. We never really did anything at all, pretty much.
He said, man, she won't let me, touch her, get close with her or anything like that. He was like, Cody, we ain't even had sex in 4 months, 4 to 5 months. I said, dude, what?
You ain't got no coochie in 4 to 5
She'd go
months.
in
What
the
is you
bathroom,
doing?
shut the door, and then she'd spend hours doing just whatever.
Wade kind of doing his own thing. Like I said, it wasn't like he was the type that went to work and came home and sat in the house and they were together every single day. He was doing something all the time. There was no space.
I do, but I'm just going live
for him
on
to
his
sit
page so it
down
could be
and
easier
realize
so we
what
can
was
still
going
get our
on.
monetization and people sending gifts. I didn't understand. You mean on this? Have you watched Maternal Instincts? Harriet
She had
Clark.
ultrasounds. She had the fake belly. She had enough to make it believable.
Damn.
But to her, it was just, what have I done? What have I got to do to keep this man with me?
My love must be a kind of blind love. I can't see anyone but you.
I do like photography like for Western people, seniors. I do newborns, engagements. I do maternity, weddings. I do Western weddings only. Taylor Parker, she reached out to me and wanted me to do a maternity session. I'm absolutely in love with your rustic Western photography. I'm a photographer myself, needing some Western style pregnancy couple pictures done. I'd love to lay on the floor with my belly in the air and have. She was absolutely excited about being pregnant. I felt like she liked having her pictures taken. She felt very confident. She was super happy, excited. And I did a smoke bomb with my Watusi.
Now that's cute.
They acted like they were branding. It was pink, and it was really neat looking.
Can't lie, that's a good ass boy. That's a good ass picture. The way that they did the pictures for their maternity leave, now I can't lie. The person who did the pictures in this did good. Cause she had the pictures basically of him branding a horse while she's standing there, but then it's coming out pink smoke like almost like a gender reveal while actually being a gender reveal. Like that shit's actually coming. Is that what happened with the school?
And they acted like they were branding.
Hi you guys. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing tonight?
I'd love
Yes, I'm just watching it.
my belly in the air and have waves
I'm watching it. Yes,
horse
I am.
looking at me. Just an idea.
I am just watching. And it's good so far.
She was absolutely excited about pregnant. I felt like she liked
And it's good so far.
She was absolutely excited about pregnant. I felt like she liked having her. She confident, super happy, excited. And I did a smoke bomb with my Watusi, and they acted like they were branding. It was pink, and it was really neat looking. She said that she was ready to get back to normal,
Yes.
back to her body, like gain all the weight, but she looked really good. I thought she looked very good.
You did.
We actually had a really good time. We laughed. After they left, I even told my husband, I was like, oh my gosh, they're so nice. You're so pretty. Like, they're such good people.
Now she's doing this, and I seen the pictures, and of course she was being pregnant. Then my sister-in-law was like, oh my gosh, you don't know this girl, but her name is Kinsey Bright. She knows Taylor. You need to message her.
Stephanie had reached out to me and was like, hey, I need to know some things.
She said Taylor cannot have kids. She's had a hysterectomy.
There's no way she can have a baby, period. There's nothing down there left for,
Right with you.
The word got out. People that knew started, within their own inner circles going, you can't be pregnant. But again, it's kind of her thing to get just far enough away where I can tell this again, but close enough where I'm familiar with the person. But she got Reagan and stuck to her.
I remember vividly. We were walking out of the doctor's office and writes a message on her phone, and she's just like, ugh. And I said, well, what's wrong? She said, oh, people are giving Taylor a hard time, trying to tell her she's not really pregnant and that, she's the one. And I was like, why? Why would they do that? She said, I don't know, Mama. She said, it's just, how people are. If somebody needed somebody and nobody was there, Reagan would be there. When she first got pregnant with her first daughter, she was 17. So it was hard for me at first. I was disappointed.
I was furious. I was upset, and I knew that it could change your life and make your life a lot harder.
over the moon about it because we both love the babies. She's always wanted to be a mom since she was little.
Seems like she was always meant to be a mother. That was her thing. She was the best mother that I think I ever met.
She was only 17. You know, that wasn't her mother. She wanted to be successful, of course, but she wanted to be a mother, a successful mother.
Here, the orange.
After she had her baby girl, she just came out of her shell completely. And then she met Homer. I believe it was in May that she does know that she was pregnant again. And it was just over the moon for her and Homer. And they were so excited. You could just feel it in all of them. I said, it's going to be a girl over the moon for her and Homer. And they were so excited. You could just feel it in all of them. I said, it's going to be a girl.
What's in my belly? What's in my belly? What kind of baby? Is it a brother or sister?
By that time, none of us had any idea what she was going to do.
Now that's sad.
She's going to have to fight.
That's sad as fuck. Because I just realized what happened.
Way out of this. She'd say, you know, I lost the baby today. And that would be, you know, the end of it. But that never came. I heard the history and all that, but I had nothing in writing, nothing from a doctor, nothing to present. He said, look, this is all a lie. Why would put questions in his mind? He would listen to him. He relayed the question I had to her, but she always had a counter. Everything I presented, she countered it. So it was a tug of war between she and I.
She said, I just think your mom wants us to be happy. She probably don't trust me. She said, I'll make sure that all this works
Went
out.
out for a little bit.
Connie don't want Wade to be upset with her, so she kind of backed off, and I was like, well, I don't care. All this stuff that you have told me is a lie. When I hit her with everything is when she said, well, let me tell you how all this happened. She blamed her mother for all of the things that she done. None of it made sense. If she didn't want you to be pregnant, why would she hire somebody to fake an ultrasound? But everything I would say, she had something to say, even though she sounded like an idiot. I had talked to somebody that knew Taylor's aunt. The aunt gave me Taylor's mom's number. And her mom said, I've been waiting on this phone call. She said, Taylor cannot have kids. She's had a hysterectomy. No, we don't have money. There is no inheritance money. There is no money at all anywhere. I called Connie and like I talked to her mom. It wasn't anything new. But she'd always been a liar. That's when I said, why are you not telling Wade or somebody? And that's when the granddaughter came in play. She was terrified because if she were to tell, Tyler would pull that granddaughter away and she would never, ever be able to see that little girl again. She was scared.
We're watching, I'm watching Maternal Instincts for the first time. I had noodles and despair.
I said, wait, she is not pregnant.
If you want to send me a couple dollars or donate to the cause, here's the
yes, she can. Her mom's lying to you. Like, her mom's crazy. She does all this stuff. She's like crazy. I'm like, wait, no, you don't understand.
Oh, thank you for the gifts, beautiful.
For this, she had a hysterectomy, and he's like, her mom, she's telling you, there's no belly there. She has no stomach. I was talking over him.
Man, all this is bullshit. This bitch is fucking you, dude. She ain't got this money. This is a fucking scandal. And I told him, I said, I kind of got teary-eyed, you know, because I was one of his
Oh, thank you, Sushi.
You know? I ain't about the drama. I don't care what other folks do. I kind of just wash my hands, you know.
Well,
him and Cody, they quit speaking after that.
gorgeous. Thank you, beautiful.
I'm like, now what?
He lost his friend behind him.
Look at he trying to walk. Oh my goodness. She's not wanting to let it suckle. Uh-oh. We're all watching this house like hogs. What is going to happen? What is she going to do?
As the time went on, it got closer and closer to her due date, and it didn't happen.
She had a lot of factors that why she could have missed her due date. She wasn't eating right, or it might have been not ready yet, or the baby might be too small, but I didn't really believe.
We all knew that there was no way for her to have a miscarriage anymore.
You are lucky. You.
We felt that she had come up with the baby doll. So for the sake of the rest of our patients and our nurse, we did alert the hospital to be on higher. Come up with the baby doll. So for the sake of the rest of our patients and our nurse, we did alert the hospital to be on higher.
Not do what she actually did. Okay.
At that point,
Not do what she actually did. Okay.
at that point, she went 10 months, and I thought that doesn't happen either. Never heard of that in my life.
I lived across from Wade,
Yeah, that's bad.
and I had taken pictures of her and Wade out in the driveway. She didn't look pregnant for being 10 months, you know, and become
Not believable.
And that's when all of these
sushi.
that started happening.
Come on. Want to work when I want to work, and don't work when I don't want to work.
She had an appointment with Mount Pleasant. She weighed nothing, says she smells smoke. So I get up and walk outside, and the whole under my house is on fire. She weighed nothing, says she smells smoke. So I get up and walk outside, and the whole under my house is on fire. I just took my water hose that was left burning out.
Going to have the baby that day, and I think Wade even took off work. So it got down to I've got to do something.
Yes, I do.
No doubt my
I ain't even gonna lie. I need me a couple of
knew
dollars
she did that.
in my pocket so I can actually probably walk to the store. Not tonight, of course, but in the morning.
I know you're probably going to get ready
Yes.
to go.
Something. There was. Did you call me in?
Now, at the moment, I like her. I like the mom. I can't lie. Like, I didn't know it was you.
I care about her. I said, but do you love her?
Do you love her? Caring about her.
Just, you know, I said, then get her done. And I think really pinned down and got hold of her.
I don't know if I've ever seen it before. I said, I'm tired of the family.
Down and got hold of her.
I don't know if I've ever seen it before. I said, I'm tired of the family.
Taylor had come back over to talk with Reagan. You know, apparently she was